Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So, fourth day of training camp should be very, very, very interesting. Now, we a lot of talked about offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball, a lot more players to talk about today, even special teams, even some drama and some other things that are going on. So, I want to go over this real quick for you guys, and I really enjoyed going over this practice because I thought both sides played really well. The defense maybe have won the day by a hair, but I thought both sides played really well. Okay, now talk about, the injuries and everything that's going on right now with the players that are not showing up to training camp. Now, Zach Pascal's still out with an illness, got the food poisoning. He'll probably be out for the whole week, most likely. I don't see him coming back even tomorrow. Probably wait a couple more days, few more days, and he'll be back. So I don't think this hurts him at all, as everyone's kind of like, oh my God, he might not make the roster, but don't worry about it. He'll be back. I mean, it's food poisoning, and he's not injured or whatnot. So, I mean, it is what it is. Things happen. Kedrick Wheatfall, one of the wide receivers, out with the virus progression. You have Milton Williams with the elbow injury. I think that was new today. And Grant Calcaterra is the new one as well today with a knee injury. He wasn't carted off the field, but he went into the blue tent and hopefully is okay. I want him and Jack Stahl to compete for that number 2 job behind Dallas Goedert, if that's the case. Now, I'm going to be flip-flopping offense and defense, but offensively, obviously, the first thing we got to talk about is Jalen Hurts. That's always the first thing on our agenda. First 4 completions, okay? He did throw a pick to Andre Shashir, rolling out to his left, throwing to his right, and throwing that pick. Threw to A.J. Brown, the right sideline. Stiff-armed, big play Slay. Apparently, A.J. Brown totally stiff-armed Slay to the ground. I mean, pretty nuts. And I like this competition. Slay brings so much to what he's going to make our receivers better. And just getting A.J. Brown is going to make our corners better, even some of the backup guys that are going against some of them as well, which is great. Devontae Smith had a nice tight coverage sideline catch, extending his arms. Really good there. Miles Sanders was kind of talking crap to the media today because of him being on the second team yesterday, because the media is really taking things out of proportion, okay? And, I didn't think it was going to mean anything. I mean, you're going to have guys like Kenneth Gainwell and Boston Scott. They're going to get first-team reps just to get the reps. Doesn't mean they're starting or whatnot. So they see Miles Sanders for one day as the number 2, or they see him just be on the second team, whatever the case may be. It doesn't mean anything. So Nick Sirianni actually confirmed that Miles Sanders is the guy. I don't know where people are getting this confused from. They're moving guys around. This is training camp. It's observations. That's all what this is about. So Sanders kind of told the media off today, which was pretty cool. Now I want to go to Quez Watkins that beat Maddox on one. They did some 1v1s. They did 11 on 11s. They did 1v1s as well. And I think Quez Watkins had a very strong camp. He's almost caught everything his way. Being in the slot this year, I think he's one of the most underrated players going, especially playing in this offense this year. A big year for Quez Watkins. A lot of attention's going to be on AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and even Jalen Hurts and his legs and this offensive line protecting him. Quez Watkins is ready to have a big year this year, so I'm very excited for that, definitely. Like I said, Slay beat, obviously, AJ Brown beat Slay on an out route. So, there was offensively, I thought we did pretty good today. Now, defensive side of the ball, Brandon Graham and Josh Sweat actually, they were in the backfield a lot today. So a lot of production between Graham. Graham's 32 years old, coming off an Achilles injury, and we need him to stay healthy. I mean, we need him to stay healthy. It's just, we lost him last year on top of just playing poor defense in general. That just shoves ourselves in the foot even more, not having that voice, not having just that leadership. And hopefully we find a leader in the building this year, because Graham's only here for one more year. I mean, I would hope he would hit double-digit sacks. I hope he just gives pressure and has a really good year for the Philadelphia Eagles. So we'll see. And Josh Sweat, obviously, I'm saying to myself that from what he's getting paid, a 7 to 10 sack year, and I think he's just getting better every single year. It is what it is. He didn't play in that wild card game at the end of the year, but things happen. James Bradbury actually had a pretty good day against A.J. Brown. He locked him up most of the day except for 2 or 3 plays, but he locked him up pretty good. And this is a guy that, gave up over 800 yards receiving last year, a Pro Bowler in 2020, and, not too much on his plate as a number 2 cornerback. So I'm excited for James Bradbury come this year, and see more work from him. Want to see more live action from him. I know he's better at his zone coverage than his man, but who knows? Maybe the Eagles are going to treat him differently, and where he's going to be very successful this year. So very excited for James Bradbury. Now, Davion Taylor had reps with the first team today, and this is a guy that, last year with the combination of Edwards and Taylor played really good, got the knee injury, and then he just couldn't play at all, so he had to take off the rest of the year. They put him on IR for the rest of the year. I mean, no one's talking about Davion Taylor. He's got a big chip on his shoulder right now, so definitely someone else to look at. And then you had T.J. Edwards with a pass breakup today, so T.J. Edwards has pretty much been nonstop production ever since the first day of training camp. Linebacker room is very productive right now. Even with starters, depth, you take the whole group by itself. We haven't had a group like this in years, and you got to give them a lot of attention. T.J. Edwards, definitely. Davion Taylor. I didn't hear much from Kaiser White today at all, so hopefully he's been doing good. Big Play Slay had a lot to talk about when it came to the cornerbacks. We don't know what's going on with these cornerbacks. Jimmy Moreland, Tay Gowan, Zach McPherson, Matt McCain, Kerry Vincent Jr., all these guys that we have acquired, we have built for camp, and the competition being unreal this year. Big Play Slay that for someone to take his spot after he leaves this team, and the one name he said was Zach McPherson, which I was kind of surprised just a little bit. I know Zach was a rookie, a 4th-round pick out of Texas Tech last year, and his coverage wasn't great last year. Obviously, we had the off-season workouts were messed up. 21 and 20 were very bad off-seasons for getting the team together and doing things, and a lot of virtual stuff because of what was going on in the outside world. But Zach McPherson's an interesting one, and kind of what I saw from him from preseason last year is I thought his tackling was really good, A+. I thought getting off blocks was really good. His coverage was, he was a rookie. I mean, how much can I put on his plate? But I saw a lot of video of him working out with Big Play Slay this past offseason. A lot of these corners were working out with him, and he said Zach McPherson could take his job in the near future. And, I would like to see one of these corners kind of, maybe get a steal in the 4th round from Zach McPherson or someone from that Tay Gowan trade or something like that. It would be nice. I mean, I know I haven't heard much of Mario Goodrich getting paid all that money. Maybe he's doing other things. Maybe he's getting cross-trained. Josh Jobe. You have Jimmy Moreland. That's probably the most experienced backup corner that we have, that we got him off waivers. I think that was a total steal that could play inside, outside corner, which I think is awesome. But very interesting though. Now, Jaquiski Tartt actually had his interview today, press conference today, because we really haven't even talked to him that much, which I think Bradbury was the main reason he went there. I think as before the off season started, we kind of said to ourselves, who's going to want to play in Philadelphia? Why do players want to come here? And it's proved wrong that Reddick wanted to come here. Kaiser White wanted to come here. Now Jaquiski Tartt wanted to come here. Even Bradbury wanted to come here. You know what I mean? So, we were thinking that this team was not a attractive place for people to play, that no one wanted to play with Hurts and no one wanted to play with this defense because the Eagles are horrible or whatever the case may be. And the and the defensive coordinator isn't good, and Jonathan Gannon. So I totally understand it. So apparently both of them played at Samford. Bradbury and Tartt played at Samford. I think it was a typo because it said Samford. I think it means Stanford, maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, if Samford is a real school. And then going to, Britton Covey had a little interview, and, he feels like a freshman out on the field and being probably one of the smallest guys on the team. And he likes the fresh start that he's getting, and, just being in the NFL and to see what he does. Which he's definitely one of my favorite players, especially with Devin Allen as well. But to go to special teams now, this is what I kind of want to hear for a while because I'm excited about Devin Allen and Britton Covey and some of these other guys. Now, the kick returns, okay? We haven't heard about the punch yet. We heard about the kick returns. So far, kick return 1, okay? Jason Huntley is leading the group at kick return right now. I'd be happy with Jason Huntley getting kick return. I'd be happy if we do something with him because I feel like the Eagles just never give him a chance. Even when we got him from the Lions, he had a really good offseason, good training camp with the Lions. But he's got some talent. Like, you can't use him in this offense, and I just don't think so. But besides what we're going to do at running back, who's the 4th running back? Is it Kennedy Brooks going to be our bruiser? And you have Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott. Jason Huntley, I always thought that he had talent, but he just never had the opportunity. The Eagles really never gave him opportunity. So if special teams is going to be what he's going to be doing kick return-wise, I'd be totally happy with that. I'd rather have I'd rather have Huntley on kick returns than have Boston Scott down there or whatever the case may be. So they have Jason Huntley, they have Allen, Hightower, and Covey. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Hightower, I don't think they ever played as a return specialist. You saw what he did at Boise State special teams wise. Like, Eagles never did anything with him. They put him as pretty much a deep threat wide receiver. They totally used Hightower the wrong way. I loved him I think it was 2019. I forgot what year that was. But he definitely has special teams pedigree with Hightower. You know what I mean? If he can't start, and I don't think he's making this wide receiver core, I mean, who knows at this point what's going to happen, especially with injuries and staying healthy, and obviously with Jalen Reagor and what's going on with that, which I will go to in a second. But Hightower came into the league with a special teams pedigree from Boise State, and using him middle of the field as a wide receiver. So if you can get him on special teams, that's great. And obviously Britton Covey, I'm not surprised. Devon Allen and Britton Covey are both special teams. Okay, they brought in Devon Allen on a 3-year deal, and he gained, I think he's like 195 now. I think he went from 185 to 195. Britton Covey is very small, but he's tough. He finds every little mouse hole, every little crevice of space on those kick returns, punt returns. I think they're making a big change with special teams right now. Not only that, but the last thing I want to talk about is Jalen Reagor still playing with the second team. Okay, now Sirianni did say that he's trying to win a spot. Obviously, everybody's trying to win a spot. Duh, I get it. But I don't think they're trying to justify this pick anymore. Okay? They haven't let Reagor even work out with the first team yet. At all. They are making him work for it. They're not just going to give it to him. And I'm fine with that. I still feel like a trade or a release is coming, because I feel like there are better receivers on this team. I don't know. I don't know what Reagor's mindset is going into this offseason. Apparently, he came in pretty good shape. I mean, I don't want to say that I have faith in it, but I don't know where this is going to go. It's either they're going to treat him like a Zach Ertz type move from last year where they let him build up his value. I don't think the only difference is with Zach Ertz, they actually had him play games and he started. This year, I just don't think Reagor's going to touch the field as a starter as a Philadelphia Eagle. He builds his value through training camp and preseason. He'll probably get some playing time because he needs to get playing time. And I don't know. It's going to be up in the air for me what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. But I know that they're not making it easy for Reagor at all. They're not. Besides the signings for Reagor's not even on the special teams list. I mean, I know he's a punt returner, but he's not even on the special teams list. He wasn't even mentioned, even as a number 6 or something at this point. So they've already covered their tracks, getting all their special teamers and getting Devon Allen, getting Britton Covey on top of what you have, giving Jason Huntley a chance. And on top of that, the receivers. Zach Pascal still being out, and they don't even throw him in there. A.J. Brown, obviously that was a huge trade. It just shows that there's nowhere, like, Reagor's got nowhere to go. Like, he's cornered. Like, you're not stepping onto this field unless you earn it. And I think they're trying to give him the opportunity to earn it, but I don't feel like he's going to be around much longer. I mean, I'd give it a couple weeks. I don't know. I just don't feel like he's even going to be here at all. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's training camp for you, day 4. Had a lot of fun. I liked it when there's a lot more to talk about when it comes to special teams, offense, defense, not just one side of the ball. And because the first 2 days were kind of like limited, there wasn't really too much to really talk about. There was stuff to talk about, but I like that when we could talk about a lot of players and how they're doing and what's going on. So other than that, guys, pretty much it. I will see you guys on the next one for training camp. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. I'll be covering training camp every single day. And what's going on with this team. So I will see you guys on the next one. Shakes, what up, follow. So peace out, guys. Peace.